Once a cop, let it knock, yeah. I for one think we should celebrate redemption instead of condemning it.
Welcome to Corey's Corner. I just got off court TV being a guest legal analyst for this case, Florida versus Griffin, where a 17-year-old kid, Colin Griffin, stabbed his mom through the neck and killed her. He also shot and killed his father a couple of years ago. But his defense attorney, during closing arguments today, stated that this case might boil down to suicide by son and related it to suicide by cop.
Isn't it also reasonable that Kathy knew what the outcome was going to be when she picked up a knife and threatened Colin with it? You've heard of suicide by cop? Isn't it reasonable to think that Kathy committed suicide by son? She had never been able to successfully commit suicide before, despite her many attempts.
That pretty much pissed me off because it's very insensitive to officers around America that go out there every single day to put their life on the line. And there's a very small percentage throughout history that had to go to one of these jobs fearing for their lives, where a person was armed with either a knife, with a gun charging at them, and we find out later on that it really was a situation where they wanted the cop to kill them because they couldn't take it no more for whatever reason. They had psychological issues, money problems, whatever they had, domestic violence issues. What I want to tell you is that's a serious, serious situation. Something that most cops have to get psychological evaluations, go to counseling. It's not something where they pin a medal on their chest saying that they killed somebody. When they're in legitimate firefights, where they really saving lives, they write up the award to get the medal. But this is not a situation, suicide by cop is not a situation where somebody's looking for the glory. It's actually quite the opposite, because most cops, when in these situations, they're trying to talk the person down. They're screaming and yelling at them, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the knife. Do not approach me, do not approach me. And they have to end up pulling that trigger. And it's something that can stay with them for a lifetime. I'm quite sure, it never happened to me, but I'm quite sure that any police officer that had to fire their firearm in a situation that was suicide by cop, they're having serious flashbacks. And we know that could lead to a lot of things. It could lead to depression. It could lead to drinking. And guess what it could lead to? Suicide. So, defense attorney for Colin Griffin, that's not a game, it's not a joke, and it's not a defense, suicide by son, unless you could really explain it out. Because police officers, after the investigation, they can explain it out, because a lot of times people leave notes or have told someone else that. Disservice to the police officers that putting their lives on the line. Defense attorney Amy Porinachuk, that wasn't a good defense. Just because you don't have a good defense, don't reach for straws and say something that's really insensitive to the many hundreds of thousands of police officers around America, all around the world. I'm Corey Pegues. Always keep it right now, bro. Peace.